just a little too tan or...
But it is really important to make sure that, the timing is set, because if your hairdresser runs over or your makeup artist runs over and, half your party's not ready when you need them to be ready, and, you're at a place where you want to do your first look in a certain spot before all the guests get there.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden you're like doing it and there's cars pulling up, or you didn't get in your dress in time or whatever. Like, it's a snowball effect from, your hair and makeup, which is the beginning of the day, throughout the whole thing.
Again, you're going to set that tone for the
It's
day.
a once in a lifetime. So you want to make sure that you have somebody that knows how to keep the schedule straight so that everything else goes perfectly for the
things
rest of the
happen,
day.
like timelines, like even with hair and makeup,
Yeah.
you might run a little bit
Absolutely.
over. But again, that's not you. You understand the flow of the day. As, again, grandma or aunt or mom who's a great makeup artist and might do a killer job and make your hair look great, they just understand the timing, how important timing
Right.
is.
And, it's like, listen, we're not machines. We're not perfect.
Of course,
Things
no.
happen. Somebody's hair might not work out the way that they thought it was going to work out or whatever. And when you fall, it's about how you recover.
Of course.
So, we don't get frazzled.
Get a wig and just...
We try to keep everybody calm. We try to keep the schedule on track. If something happens, if a bridesmaid's running late from coming from somewhere, something happens.
So you know how to deal with the stress.
Yeah, we really do it.
Why is it a good thing to have your hair and makeup done at the same spot, the same studio, which you did my makeup, by the way. It looks fantastic. Why is it important to get both hair and makeup done at the same spot?
Well, I think it's important because, again, it's the scheduling.
Yeah.
It's like if you have to go somewhere to get hair and then get in your car and drive somewhere else to get makeup, there could be traffic. It's nice to be able to be in one spot, whether you're in a location or you're at wherever you're getting ready, your hotel, the venue, your home, to have everything in one spot. It just makes it easier. It's less stress, it's less travel time, and it cuts down. You're not wasting time on the day when you should be relaxing.
And you guys all know each other, right? So everybody works, who's doing the makeup. You have like a groove, a rhythm
Yes.
you get in when you show up at any kind of...
Yeah, so if somebody's running behind on hair, you can make it up in the makeup chair.
Sure.
One hand washes the other.
Let's go back to the hair. So there's people like flowers. How do you feel about, fresh flowers or certain flowers go with hair? Does that drive you crazy? What's your thought on that?
Well, I think flower crowns are definitely a big trend right now.
Yeah.
But taking into account time of year, obviously July wedding, super hot in New Jersey.
Sure.
You put fresh flowers on your head, you run the chance of them wilting.
Right.
If they're white flowers, they could, yellow or get brown on the edges. And these are the photos that you're going to look at for the rest of your life. So, making sure that you take that into consideration is important. I think sturdy flowers like baby's breath or some wildflowers are good, for hair stuff. But there's so many great like silk flowers and handmade flowers that
Sure.
People create that look gorgeous, that'll hold up, and that you can put in a box and save.
Yeah,
Maybe your daughter will wear them one day or something like that. So I work with an artist here in Asbury Park, Erica. She owns Foolish Ginger. And she does custom bridal, beautiful flowers, headpieces, jewelry, incredible. So we love to work together because she just creates absolutely gorgeous things.
So also sticking with the professionals and the artists, we also know a couple of people in the industry.
That's right.
And we know who's going to fit you best, or we're like, oh, she's perfect, she does this style.
Right.
Or so, again, you're more of, you're not just doing hair, you're kind of like consulting, you're helping,
Yeah, and ask the vendors.
Sure.
One vendor is definitely going to have people that they have worked with, that they know are great people to use, that they would recommend. So, if somebody comes into me and says, I don't really know what I want to put in my hair yet, or I know I have this veil that was my grandmother's, but I want to take it out after the ceremony and put something in, like a flower or beading or something, for the reception, then
Sure.
we can help them find that piece, or we can help them, create a hairstyle that will accept something, like that.
So this is why you go with the pros and people that are artists and they've been doing their craft for a while. They know what they're doing. Trust them, because when that day comes, it is what it is.
You want to have a professional.
Yes.
Definitely.
Trust them. They know what they're doing. They've done a few. You've
We know
done
what
a
we're doing.
few weddings.
Done a few weddings.